What is up, everybody? I'm back with the 75-gallon Biotope aquarium for the Apistogramma Bitaeniata Rio Tigre. That is a lot of words to say, but the Project Homesick tank was getting a water change, and I noticed that some of the fry that I thought were dead were not as dead as I thought they were. They'd actually gone into hiding in all the mulm and all the leaf litter, and I needed to get them out, obviously. They got a bit big while I was not paying attention to their existence, and they even got coloration, so they're looking pretty nice, but they're way too big to be housing with their uncle or adopted father. It's not the original male, but they're starting to get territorial. There's no way I can house them all in this tank, so I need to get them out and put them in the fish room. So one problem is that there's way too much mulm and leaf litter for me to possibly see them. I've gotten maybe 7 of them out, but that was by a lot of trapping and effort, kind of just sitting in the tank for an hour and a half waiting for them to show themselves. So I'm gonna go ahead and factory reset this tank, put a bunch of new leaves in it, move the sand around, replace the plants, get everything looking nice. I'm gonna try and get the plants to be outside of their pots, so I don't have to have that annoying clear pot thing going on in a show tank, which is not the greatest idea I've ever had. But hopefully I can get everything in its place. And of course the phone starts ringing. Luckily this tape is over.
Make it through the night. We're gonna journey to the light. We're gonna make it through the night. We're gonna make it through the dark. We're gonna find out who we are. We're gonna make it through the dark. No one can
I've taken out as many of the old leaves, like 6 months old leaves, out as I possibly could. A lot of it's kind of integrated with the sand, which is kind of funny, and a lot of it is decayed all the way down to just the vein, like the main vein of the leaf. So taking it out was a big hassle. There's everything I took out, not including the stuff that went down the siphon. Right there is all of the old leaf litter and stuff. So that's all the complete trash. Then there's all the coconut shells, driftwood, the bow, and a couple of other random stuff. I'm gonna leave the coconut shells out. Like, I'm gonna fill this tank back up, and so the filter doesn't die. It cannot run right now. But I'm gonna leave these coconut shells out for a while because they're just covered in snail eggs. I do not feel like dealing with that, so I'm gonna let them try and dry out. I might actually just put them in a bucket of hot water, hot chlorinated water, something like that. I don't know. But next step is mostly just moving all the sand to the left side, or as much sand as I can to the left side, so I can have the Valsenrania planted without having to show these ugly pots or containers that they're in. I might steal some driftwood from another tank just to add to this tank. I'm gonna move the Sterigine, which is all the green stuff you can really see, push it to the left as well. Basic idea, if I can center this camera more, is to have as many of the plants in this part of the tank, and then have this be mostly open space. So I might do something with driftwood, but right now I just gotta let the dust settle so I can actually see what's going on. Yeah, that's not sand dust or anything, that's just all mulm. But it's pretty cool to see the black neons and the gold line, nope, that's not what they're called, glow light tetras swimming around. This is a little bit more like what they'd be in, so you can actually see why they have those bright stripes on them. Same with regular neon tetras with the bright blue. It's to identify the rest of the school when you can't actually see each other. So that's really interesting. Yep, so now I just gotta wait for this to settle. Okay, so I've drained the tank after filling it back up again, trying to get as much of the mulm and leaf litter out as I could. I got a good amount of it out. I think I've gotten every single cave and physical structure out. I've got all the plants up there with where the fry are and one of the females that I removed, and I'm waiting for all this to settle again. I've pushed the sand, as much sand as I could really see, into that back left corner. So I'm waiting to let it settle to see how much sand I still have left. Then I'm going to replant it and add some more driftwood. Gonna let the coconut shells dry out a little bit, and I'm gonna move a few of them back into the fish room for the 33 long breeder tank, which I should probably give that some kind of shorter name. But yeah, while I was filling this up, it was really fun to see the bushy-nosed pleco just stand right in the front of the stream coming from the pump, because he just loved it. But yep, you can kind of see them swimming around. Just got to keep all these plants and stuff dry, or not dry, wet, and get some more leaves from the fish room, and can fill this tank back up. This is going to be a pain, but I don't think I should be able to use those pots again. This time using some of the driftwood as kind of like a cover, or like disguise, I guess. and then plant the Hygrophila Pomisperma around it, just to make sure as little bit can be seen. If there isn't enough sand, that is, to plant them without the pots, or if they start dying just with the sand, because it seems like they've run out of fluorite. Phone keeps going off, but yeah, just gotta let this tank settle. Hopefully it settles soon, because I don't want the filter to die. So I'll come back when it settles. Okay, so I figured while the 75 is settling down, I might as well show you what the fry look like. I still haven't counted them, but it seems like they're maybe 10 to 20. So that's a good number for the first survival of the fittest in that tank. But as you can see, they're actually pretty big now. They're about ½ an inch, and starting to even get their colors around the tips of their fins. So it's really good I got them out now. There might be a few of them left in that 75, but I'll just let them grow up in there. Maybe they can take the spot of the dominant male eventually, but yeah, so there's plenty of them. I'm gonna drop them in the 10 gallon that the Panduro or CF Panduro in right now. They shouldn't bother them that much. CF Panduro is pretty aggressive right now, or rather territorial, but there's enough of them so that they can just even out the aggression throughout the entire tank. And besides, in like less than a week, the Panduro will be out of this tank anyway and go into the 33. So shouldn't be that big of a hassle. So I've been letting them acclimate throughout the night. Actually took so long for the 75 to even get close to settling down. It's been like, how long has it been? 6 hours? No, wait. It's been 8 hours and the 75 is still pretty dusty. So I'm gonna start adding a little bit more sand to that tank, and hopefully it doesn't get worse. Alright, so the tank has cleared up a tiny bit. I actually already started planting before I started this video, but as you can see, I did find a way to get those pots with the Valsonerinia in the tank. Instead of uprooting the Valsonerinia from the pots and then replanting them in just bare sand and having to supplement the sand, what I did instead was use the leftover sand from the 33 long and just bury them. You can kind of see it right there in the center of this green part of the pot, but yeah, so it just kind of took the pots, put them moved all the sand to the pots at the bottom, and just kept dumping sand on top of them until you couldn't really see the pots anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant around that. I'm gonna probably put some crap, what am I thinking of? Hygrophila Pomisperma right around the back, because in this tank it likes to grow vertically instead of sideways. So I can fill up that back space and probably do what I did in the original of Garden of the Roots and just have Hydrocotyle, Triparta Japan, growing kind of like up and this way. Still got a good amount of plants left, and if I need any more I can just steal it from Garden of the Roots, since I'm going to be tearing that up anyway. Got another piece of driftwood that I'm waiting for the tank to clear up before I put it in, and coconut shells, but yeah, pretty much just planting blindly right now, so that's cool. Alright, so I'm filling the tank back up right now, and I planted everything that I thought was worth planting. Cleaned all the leaves off, tried to get as many snail eggs off the glass and off the leaves as I could, and picked, like, every time I see a snail I just kind of pick it off. I think I might move my last loach into this tank. It isn't from South America, which is the hesitant part, but I can deal with that if it kills all these snails. So yeah, it's still pretty cloudy and planted pretty blindly, but hopefully it all turns out pretty well. I also put all the coconut shells back in, well, at least all the ones that I thought were worth putting back in. And yeah, hopefully this mulch actually gives it a better look. I put a lot less leaves in there this time. Those should be sinking in like 3 days. So yeah, really hope this works out. See ya.